Alright, let's make sure my microphone is working. That's good. Probably turn up the game sound just a bit. Let us go. I probably... Yeah. Oh well. So, last time we managed to send a Kerbal... let's just do all. We managed to send a Kerbal all the way around Serpent and bring him back again, which was... it took some extra effort, but I got it. So this time, I hope to get some satellites up and eventually land on Serpent. But first, we should we should put some satellites into orbit because I think we can if we have the we do not. Oh, we do. Okay. They're not very strong solar panels, but should be enough for our what we want to do, which is mostly put up some communication satellites. In fact, does this have SAS? It does not. This has SAS, so I do want that one. Do I not have anything smaller than that? No. Okay. Which means I probably don't have any of the small engines. That's fine. Let's overbuild this, because there's not really harm in doing so. Need some power. And I would like... one of those. I'll put it down here, actually. Oh, I should probably make sure it has what I need. Thermometer. That's all I need. Okay. So this is 0.07. The thermometer is 0.005, so it's not quite even. So I will double up, just to make sure it's all balanced and everything. I also could put a reaction wheel, and I think I will put a reaction wheel on, just because I don't think this has very much of a... Nah. It's got plenty of torque. Surely. 0.3 versus 5. Yeah, that's plenty of torque. So, we need power. Thing is, I don't know exactly how much power I need. I don't want this getting too expensive, but I also don't want to have to relaunch this. So the idea is hopefully I can just point one of these sides at the sun and get enough power. Because I'm pretty sure these solar panels are pretty wimpy to begin with. So that's all I need for this. I am going to add one of you guys. You're also very light. So what I can actually do, since you are the same weight as a thermometer, slap you on the other side. And we get balance. Huzzah! I don't have the power, because that takes 6 charge per minute. Each of these is 0.3 charge per minute, so I don't have the power to run this, unfortunately. But that's okay. We can send up a altimeter scansat some other time. So ideally, this will have... I should actually... gonna slap on 2 of these just in case. So this will provide some communication ability, some relay communication ability. Alright, so has an antenna and can generate power, reach the designated orbit. And there's a polar orbit. Okay. Which means I need more delta V than is usually required. And this is the cheaper one, that's 400. This is 250. Oh. Is that true? 400. Oh, but it's 0.25 tons versus 0.05 tons. So it's more expensive, but it's lighter. I think the savings in fuel will actually make up for it, so I don't really mind. Let's throw on a... come on, you can't. There we go. Just throw on a fairing, just to keep it all nice and safe during, oh, hang on. I need to give a link. Link to, there we go. Alrighty. So that's got 2,000. That could probably finish its burn into orbit, so I just need a booster, which I believe is going to require 3 of those, and I don't actually know if I have the big engine. I do have the big engine. I have to slap on 4. Barely. But I can. Awesome. How heavy was this, by the way? 2 tons? Okay. I also want winglets on this thing. And some of those. And what I'm going to do is save this as a launch system. I'm actually going to add... No, I don't need it. Okay. Save this as a launch system that I will call... the Pee-wee 1. Yes. 2 tons to Elio. Not Eve, that's Eden. Mahaha. Alright. I should actually delete. Okay, let's try this again. Pee-wee 1. 2 tons Elio. 1 meter, 2 tons Elio. There we go. The size matters. How can you play? You can play by buying KSP and playing it? I don't understand the question. Anyway. So, this will be called something. Who actually... I wish it would tell me who this is for. I'm gonna save this as Polsat 1. I'm gonna leave really quick. And actually figure out who this is for. Polar Orbit. This is Jeb's Junkyard. And Space Parts Co. Okay. Let's throw Polsat 1 on there. Let us edit it. And by edit it, I mean launch it. And by launch it, I mean I should have checked whether the staging was all in proper order before clicking the launch button. Looks good. Can I sneak in here? There we go. Rename vessel. Jeb's Polsat 01. Accept. Alright. So I need to get into this orbit, which means I'm going to need to launch northbound. Right about now. Okay. That's the thing about the KW engines, is they take some time to spool up. I need to remember that, lest I start breaking stuff in the future. Alright. So north is downwards. But don't want to start the gravity turn now because it's too early. Alright, that's probably good. I do want to go a little bit west to cancel out the rotation of the planet. Because if we switch over to our orbit, that's our motion around the center of the planet. So we want that to be pointing directly north. Or, to put it in another way, we want this number to be up at 90. There it is. So now I can just go straight north. And since this orbit is so high, I don't really care if I maximize efficiency on this upper stage or this lower stage, because I have a lot of delta V in the upper stage. So I can afford to be inefficient with my ascent profile. That's the benefit of overbuilding all of your spacecraft. Can I set this as a target? No, of course not. I do get ascending node and descending node though, so that's good. Nope, wrong way. And our electric charge is still going strong, so that's good. Let's extend one of those so sure we don't lose contact. Alright, so now I want to extend the node. I also want it to go there. So I want to match up these two lines. What is our... It's only 1 degree. That's not bad. It's probably within tolerances. But let's see if we can't change that. Just a bit. There we go. So that's pretty good for our launch. So now we just point in that direction. Make sure we're still getting electric charge from the sun. I might have overbuilt the solar panels, but that's okay. Alright, I don't know how long this burn will take, but it can't take more than a minute. So it's about 1,000 meters per second. We have about 2,000 to get, and that'll take a minute to go 2,000. So I'm going to assume this burn's going to take about 28 seconds-ish. Maybe 27. Which means I need to start firing at around 13 seconds? 14? 13. I'll say 13 seconds. Ah, it's close. 30 seconds. Oh well. Don't have to be exact. Alrighty. There's that. Alright, so that's the ascending node, which means I need to be firing... Well, we'll see when we get there, actually. Making sure my electric charge is still staying somewhat reasonable. Alright. Oh, ascending node is 0. I like 0. 0 is good. I don't need to worry about it then. All I need to do is expand this out and match up the aphelion. Or not aphelion, apoapsis. Aphelion is around the sun, and that is not the sun, it is a sun. There we go. Then we hold that for 10 seconds and we'll get a little ping on our thing telling us that we've done the mission. Yay! And we get a lot of money for it. A lot more than I spent on it, which is ideal. Alright, let's make sure that that's pointing in the right direction. So there we go, we have our first comm set up in orbit. Awesome. In fact, I will extend this antenna too, just to make sure. Alright. Space Center has our first permanent mission in space. Huzzah! Rescue someone out of orbit. Build a new surface outpost on the Atlas. I will do this eventually, but not right now. And I could use that extra contract slot for something else. Rescuing people out of orbit is a very easy way of getting Kerbals, very cheap way, rather than hiring them, which is very expensive. Alright, next on our list is put a satellite in a specific orbit of Eden. This is the low inclination, or the low inclination, low orbit one. It also needs nothing. It's this one that needs the materials bay. Okay, so I can just use the same design for this one, and this is Moving Parts Expert Group. So let's just launch Pulsat 1. Why do we have two Pulsat 1s? I don't like that. Can we delete one of these? Yes. Okay. Let's launch it. May as well. It's cheap. Let's get this out of the way. And I already forget what the name of the thing was. Something about moving parts. Dang, I need to take notes. And it doesn't tell me here. Okay. I'll just Space Center it out, because it'll still be on the pad. It is Moving Parts Experts Group. Moving Parts Experts Group. Moving Parts Experts Group. Need to remember that. Rename. Moving Parts Experts Group. EdenSat 01. Apply. Alright. And forgot to move the staging again. So this is the orbit that we're going into now. It's not inclined enough for me to really care about inclination. And again, I have overbuilt this. I have way more delta V than I need. I love that delta V total is going up, because as we're burning fuel on this stage, the upper stage, which has a very efficient space or vacuum engine, is getting more efficient due to the lack of air, so its delta V is going up higher than we're actually burning out of the main stage. Alright, so this is just a straight east departure. Very simple. Might have started the gravity turn too early. But again, I have plenty of fuel in this stage. Also, do I have enough power in this thing to... Just realized 210 might not be enough to keep the satellite alive in the night side of the planet. And the engine on the upper stage does not have alternator, so it cannot generate power for me. That's something to keep in mind. Since this is a relatively low orbit, I don't want to overshoot it. Yeah. Oh, it says right there, Moving Parts Experts Group. I'm a derp. Alright, that's enough. I still overshot it. Oh, and my periapse is actually outside of Kerbin. Not Kerbin, Eve. That's good. Don't want to leave this chunk of metal and fuel in orbit. So let's time accelerate up to where we can drop the fairings. All right. Let's extend one of these just to make sure, even though I'm pretty sure this thing will have all the thing it needs. And it doesn't take any extra power to extend it. That's good. Okay, so this is going to be trickier than before because I didn't do this perfectly. Although I could do this perfectly, now that I think about it. Let's get rid of you. Because I can pull this down. And line it up with the periapts. And yeah, it'll take a lot of fuel, but... Oh, that takes a lot of fuel. Oof. Is it worth it? See, if I still had the other stage and a control system able to maneuver it, could have used the extra 300 meters per second there. Okay, that's stupid. I'm not going to risk that. That's dumb. That's dumb of me. What I do want to do is, at the node, at the very least, I'm going to correct this. Correct the inclination. Unfortunately, since I can't set it as a target, I can't actually get a number on the inclination, so you just have to eyeball it. So it's about there. And I want to... Okay, that's too much inclination now. And I want to pull this out. So we can mostly line it up. It's not going to line up perfectly. But I can get one of the points. Once I get one of the points, then everything else is easy. I think that's one of the points there. So 22-second burn. Let's not worry about maneuvering until we're in the sunlight so we know that we're going to get power. Good. All right. Point in the direction that we want to point. So 11 seconds. There we go. I do want to remember 428, because if this is good enough, it's not good enough for me. I don't exactly know what the tolerances on these missions are, but they always tend to be significantly higher than I expect them to be. I am a perfectionist. Good. It's not tolerant. It's not tolerating that. 0. That's good. So now I want to maneuver there. That just raises my periapsis. Just a bit. Right there. Tiny little burn. And of course, it's pointing directly backwards into the sun. Can still maximize some sunlight on the solar panels, but not much. Oh well, we're still max power. So that's good. There we go. Yay! Another 80,000. Huzzah! Alright. So it's another rescue. Position it in a just orbit that gives us the pocket change. 6 tourists. What do they want? Orbit, flyby Serpent. That's not going to happen for a long time. It will happen at some point, though, once I get spaceplane technology. Alright, I don't care about any of these. The last one is position a satellite in synchronous orbit around Serpent. That'll give me some science and a lot of extra money, which is good. I like money. So, let's do this thing. It needs an antenna, can generate power, it needs materials bay, and mystery goo. That's easy. So, let's zoom in. It's a lot harder to do than you'd expect. Alright. Materials bay. Mystery goo. Got it. It needs antenna, which I will place here. It needs fuel. I might actually need more fuel than that, so I'm going to use this fuel tank, but I'm also going to slap on a reaction. We don't have the big reaction control system. Okay, so you get to go on top then. And put on the engine. How much delta V is that? That is way too much delta V. I immediately regret that decision. Let's put the small one on. 2,000. I like that. That's much, much better. So I don't even need the control system anymore. I still do need way more solar panels than I should have. Let's slap them on here, 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 and here. Do the sides again, just to make sure. I do need batteries. So I'll slap 2 batteries on. Okay, mystery goo, materials bay, antenna can generate power. I'll do more antenna, because you can never have too much antenna. Yeah, that's plenty of delta V. So this is our Serpent sat. We need the decoupler and the fairing. That, sure. And we need more delta V out of this one. So 2,000 is enough to get to Serpent and do a lot of maneuvers around it. But in the spirit of overbuilding, ooh, even that's a lot. Okay, in the spirit of overbuilding, there's that. So this is going to finish the orbit and do the Serpent encounter, and then we're going to crash this bit into Serpent, Apollo style. After that, or before that, we're going to need to actually get this into orbit. So what I'm going to do is pull my Pee-wee out. Although, I think I'm going to take the Pee-wee down to 3. Of course, the thing is all off. No, it's down there. Alright. put the PB back to 4 and see if we have enough thrust weight. 1.2, 1.12, we do. That actually might be enough on its own, but just in case, I'm gonna pull those off for now and slap on just the most basic solid rocket boosters, just to help it out on the takeoff. You can even limit this down. 1.45, that's probably good. So then put 4 on, and you can go over there. So this is Serpent Sat 1. Save that. Do I need anything else? I feel like I'm missing something, but I don't know what it would be. Well, the staging's all off. That's for one. There we go. Save that. Let's fly it. Alright, so Serpent is on an equatorial orbit, so we just go straight east. Like a boring person. I don't have chaos on this. Okay, that's good. Still don't have enough power to run any spectrometer or anything, but that's okay. So, make sure that all the boxes are checked. So we just need to reach the orbit, and then we're good to go. One thing I don't have is Kerbal engineering system. That's what I forgot. Oh well. Let's wait till this charges up to about max thrust before releasing the thing, so we don't hit the engines on the launch pad again. Oh, that's gonna annoy me so much that I don't have this information. I liked that information. No! Just a little bit of extra help to get into space. And this rocket is significantly more wobbly than the other ones. Just because it has a little bit more weight on top, I guess. Alright, probably shouldn't go too steep on this. And I do have lots of fuel. So I can go into this mode to get my apoapse height. Hey, we're launching into the sunrise. That's awesome. Oh, and that's the, those are the stalled rocket boosters exploding on the ground finally. Alright, 26, 27, okay, we can drop down to 40. 35. Fuel I actually have left in this stage. Not much. Okay, so I'll just let it burn out. So as expected, not enough to actually get into orbit on this first stage, which is good, because again, I don't like wasting fuel. What I can do, though, I'll just leave it up there. Alright, let's dump that old stage, and then wait. Because if we run the maneuver now, we're actually still in the atmosphere, so we are getting slowed down. So if we do the maneuver, it's going to be inaccurate to what we actually need to burn. And I will deploy those now, because we don't need them up this high. But I'll wait on extending the transmitter just yet. There we go. Extend antenna. Alright, let's get a nice parking orbit. Since we can't do it direct to Serpent. Oh no. I forgot I have this extra mass here dangling off the back end. So maneuvering's a bit slow, but that's fine. Alright, as we get closer, I'm gonna run. Oh, this worries me. Okay. There we go. Just to get our estimated burn assumption correct. Oh, and then I immediately overshoot. But that's fine. There we go. Alright. Serpent's our target. 0.6 is fine. So somewhere around here. What I actually want to do is focus view over here. Because, as it turns out, I was almost directly on it. Boom. Can I even do better? I can. Aw, that's perfect. Never had an encounter that perfect before. It's glorious. Alright. Let's get this pointed in the direction since it turns so slowly. The reason I usually like to put solar panels on top, which I forgot to do this time. So when you're pointed directly at the sun, then you don't get any power. And you can, and I have, lost probes that way. Especially interplanetary probes. When a key moment of their flight happened when it just happened to be pointing directly at the sun and it didn't have any power, so I couldn't turn it or anything. Alright. Now we have a minute. We had like 1400 delta V in this or something ridiculous. So hopefully it's enough to get us what is my I don't like that. I'm gonna change this. It's not gonna be perfect. But I would rather have this thing collide with Serpent than have it just forever orbiting Kerbin and make me go blow it up at some point. Not Kerbin, Eve. I'm terrible at that. Alright, that's enough. There we go. And plenty of fuel left over. Also want to make sure that we don't lose contact. Yeah, it looks like we're good. That's good. Alrighty, so the proper way of fixing this orbit, let's slow down to 1 times, is to go anti-radial or radial. So let's point radial. Wow, that is trippy. Nope. Stop rotating. Let's point radial. And then ditch the stage. So that pushes it more towards the moon and pushes us away from it. Not that it did all that much. But now we can get our periapsis away from the moon. What I want to do is not just get it away from the moon, but get it up to where it needs to be. No, don't do that. Which, yes, it's going to take some fuel, but it's not any more than I can afford to get rid of it. That's basically what I'm saying. Let's wrap it around. Oh, that's way too much there. Great, and now, come on. There we go. Line up the periapsis. Perfect. Well, good enough. This is Goliath National Products. So let's give them the credit for this satellite for funding it. Rename vessel. Goliath National Products. Serpent Sat 01. Accept. Alright, and now I have more control over my craft. This is lighter. And I can wait the 5 minutes to the node. That's good enough. Alright. Next maneuver will be mostly just an orbit entering maneuver. Plus a tiny little bit of plane change. Like that. Perfect. Oh, it's basically pointing in the same direction as I was before. Sweet. Convenient. Now hopefully, yeah. Oh, there's the thing. And I crashed into the moon. Huzzah! And it's good that I was on the eve side of Serpent, so that I actually get signal to be able to control the vessel. There we go. Oh. We have entered orbit of Serpent. That was our world's first milestone. Explore Serpent. Stable orbit has been achieved. That was a lot of money. And even more money. We probably have over $1 million. We do. Awesome. So now that those are out of the way, we can actually get around to landing, I believe. I don't have any extra science that I can afford. I can afford one extra science. Do I have docking ports? I do have docking ports. I could build an Apollo-style lander for one Kerbal. If I get this and this, I could do it. But I don't really care to. I think this will be more useful for probes and stuff, having these smaller engines. I mean, really, what does this give us? It gives us the stabilizer, which is handy. It gives us a thruster blocks, also handy. Did we get the better thruster blocks at some point, or did we already get them? I feel like I saw them. Alright, let's do a new... Yeah, we have the good thruster blocks. Good. Okay. Problem is, I've never landed on Serpent before, so I don't know what type of fuel it takes to do so. Which means, you guessed it, we're going to overbuild the hell out of this spacecraft. Now, we could do an unmanned probe to test the waters, per se, but that's boring. How much are these? These are expensive enough to make it worth it to try to bring it home with me. No, not really. But at that point, it doesn't matter. But on the other hand, I do know that this thing alone with the heat shield can survive from that height. So I'll just do this. I do know that these can survive, and I believe I've already done the science from there. You know, in a real world, that would get in the way of the parachute deploying. Thankfully, we're not in the real world. Actually, I'm just not going to do that. So we do have science from close to, and I believe this only cares about close to, so I really only need one of these for the landing itself. Let's see, I think the temperature scan is the one that's biome dependent, but it's also rerunnable, so I don't care. Alright. Let's do the cheap, or the light one. The expensive but light. I like light. And throw on probably just this. I bet you that's all that's going to be needed. That will get us easily into orbit and back to Kerbin. Okay. So, do I have these? I do. So let's build... Oh. I'm a derp. You need that too. That'll still get us easily out of orbit and into Kerbin, if I give myself some wiggle room. So let's put on 4... Oop, accidentally clicked out of the program. That's a problem with borderless window. Let's give ourselves 4 tanks, all feeding into here. Put that above. So that gives us 2,500 meters per second just in this stage alone. I like that. I want aerodynamics for nose cones. Let's lift this up a bit. I don't need ladders or anything, because Serpent's gravity is small enough, surely, that I can get by with just the jetpacks. Slap on the landing legs, and we're good to go. This is our lander. Excellent. So this can get us into Serpent orbit and land it. This could get us to Serpent 2 Serpent is, say, 800. Well, let's round up to 900. So 23 minus 9 is 14. So we get 2 Serpent with 14 left. Say it's 6 to land. Yeah, this is plenty. So I just need to get this thing into orbit. That's not true at all, now that I say those words out loud. Because I want life support. But I don't need that much life support. I just want supplies can. Let's do 1 supplies can there, and 1 waste can over here. How much food is that? That is plenty of food, yeah. Okay. So we're still good. We also need power, because otherwise this mission will not last very long. Let's overdo it on the power just to be safe. And since we don't have big enough things, big enough circular ones, I'll just slap those on. There we go. So 23 minus 9 is 14, so we're still good. Still good to get, we just need to get this into space. How many parts is this? Oh, I'm nowhere near my part limit. Good. Alright. So get this to space. This is easy. Start retracted. This is 10 kilograms. Which means I could probably just modify my Pee-wee. Don't have a controllable unit that's big enough. Darn. Alright, the Pee-wee by itself does not have enough thrust to even take off. Barely enough thrust to take off. But that's okay, because we can just slap on some extra boosters. I'm actually going to reduce this down to 3. Because I'm going to use onion staging. There it is. Okay. Booster. Let's just slap on a 2-wide booster that uses the same engine. Okay. Put those around the sides. So that gives us 1.8 to start off with. And if I use onion staging, yes, that's what I meant, game. Goodness gracious. There we go. If I use onion staging, I'll get a little bit more delta V out of it. But not enough delta V for some reason. Okay. Let's add another one. Or bump this back up to 4? I don't like that. That number's not high enough. I also don't like that those are too close together. I mean, that's the right number. This will do what I want it to do. It's just not... It doesn't allow me to put on... I don't even have the SRB nose cone. Can I squeeze another nose cone in there? Almost. clearly the answer is just move these lower and make this rocket look like a real derp. Okay. So that's enough. That's enough. Yeah. That'll get us what we want to do. I do want ullage motors, though. So let's slap some on there, and you go off when the thing separates. And just in case, I also want one right near the base. Right there. I don't know how well that will work, but we'll find out. No, that's not good. It's not going to work, because I want the base to be moving away from the main rocket engines. So let's have these. No. No, that's not what I wanted at all. Let's have these pointing that way. But actually make them line up so this doesn't induce a spin. No, line up. There we go. The idea being just to get the rocket away. Or get these things away from the rocket once they separate. I don't know how well that'll work. Alright. I also definitely absolutely want to tie these down with struts. Maybe link them to here to prevent wobbling of the top. And just to be extra safe, let's link all the way. Nope, can't do that. I want to link all the way to the top. No. Okay, fine. You don't get to link to the top. Okay, this will be called the Moon, the Serpent 1. Save. And who's going to be our intrepid explorer? Jeb. Sure, Jeb could be our intrepid explorer. And let's go. Again, I feel like I'm missing something. Okay, have it, have it, have it, have it. Let's move these off, actually. Yeah, I've got plenty of sun, don't I? Yeah. Okay. I have all those. I have communication. I don't have communication. Not that I need communication. But if, like, Jeb's gonna die or something, then he can at least transmit the science he does have. I have power. I have the heat shield. I have all the science. I have life support. I have a parachute. Yeah, that's everything. Okay. Okay, we have flight engineer, so that's good. So watch our thrust weight ratio climb, spool up, which is why I have the staging separate. Alright, so all three engines right now are using just the fuel in these side tanks. The middle tanks are not being used. That's the glory of onion staging. use thrust here in a moment, though. I'm just gonna do prograde. Awesome! Worked like a charm. And didn't explode my rocket in the process, which is always a bonus. Oh, I should have saved this rocket, or this booster stage as something. Oh well, I can do that. I can do that after this mission is over. The Pee-wee 2, or something to that effect. Or the Pee-wee Heavy. Because all it basically did is just strap an extra Pee-wee core stage, or 2 extra core stages onto the sides. I might actually get into orbit with this stage. Again, I'd rather have too much fuel, but rather than not enough fuel. Okay, I can afford to go a bit down. I do have a mission to get science from around Serpent, don't I? Yeah, good. Oh, stop. Okay, 47, that's fine. That's enough. That's enough air to stop the stage, surely. Might actually have to watch the stage. It's not enough for the stage to automatically delete itself in the when it's on rails, so we will have to manually watch it get destroyed by the atmosphere at some point. Can't ditch it. And then wait for space to arrive. There we go. Parking orbit time. Actually don't need that. I can just use the peri-apps thing. Make sure that my electric charge is charging, that's good. So we do have enough solar panels. It's always a good thing to know before you leave Kerbin orbit. Alright, I'm gonna quick save it. Just in case I do bad staging at some point. Although honestly, even if I stage poorly, 14 isn't really enough. I was gonna say, I could always just take this upper stage on another pass of the moon. But I don't think this stage has enough power to do that. Alright. That's plenty. Let's set his target. 0.7's not great, but it's not going to be awful. Especially since what I do want to do is put this in a... Do I want to put this in a polar orbit? Nah. That's just silly. Let's do that, though. That looks fun. So I have 2 minutes. 2-minute burn in 10 minutes. Looks like it did put enough batteries on my thing, which is good. Wow, somehow getting enough sunlight. Oh, okay. So it is, it's not quite pointing directly at the sun, but it's good to know that we do get enough sunlight from that. Whoa, too far. I'm going to reduce the thrust down to a pittance, just so I don't overshoot. 15's good. Now I need that thrust back up for the actual landing. Alright, and to point this somewhat directly at the sun just to be safe. There we go. No, be not stupid. That would be good. There we go. So, I do have plenty of food and an infinite amount of power. Alright, so I mean, if I wanted to, I could put this in a polar orbit and then just take a bunch of EVA reports and get a whole lot of science from this one mission. But I won't. But I will. It's stupid not to. So I want to go south. Yes, this is the right thing. More science, the better. Bam. Alright, let's move this above. Oh, I'm stupid. That's not how you move it above. You go radial. Let's do 15. This will actually tell you what your high space alt is, so 15's good. We will be low in space over Serpent. intercept, or break, put ourselves into an actual orbit. And circularize this a bit more by doing this. There we go. So we are over the metallic highlands. Actually, let's like point north or something. That's almost guaranteed to put us in a proper... Okay. I guess we'll point this way. Alright. Let's make sure that we actually have the mystery goo observations from near space. Good. Log temperature from near Serpent, which means it's the pressure near Serpent. Interesting. Crew report is just near Serpent. Certainly not this. Yeah. Huh. So it's just the EVA report that's biome dependent. Okay. That's fine. Let's do the EVA report then. I don't know actually how many biomes there are. But there's definitely this purple stuff. Oh, bumpy midlands are a biome. Which we've already gotten. I wonder if this purple stuff is a biome. It is. Poisonous flats. It does look poisonous. It's all purple and scary. And I think... So as we read last time in the text for Serpent, its orbit is actually decaying. Oh, thank you, stream. Oh. OBS doesn't pick that up. That's nice. Anyway, the Serpent's orbit is actually decaying. It will eventually crash into Eve here. Or not Eve, Eden. So the... I've already done the bumpy midlands. So the question here mostly is, are those poisonous flats actually poison? And if they are, we need to do something about that, because it could render Eden uninhabitable. So metallic highlands, which we've already done. I don't know if there's that many more biomes on this moon. Bumpy midlands, metallic highlands, and the poisonous flats. Okay. Oh, and there's a skull. It's just a straight up skull. Alrighty. So we're just orbiting. Poisonous flats, metallic highlands, bumpy midlands. Metallic highlands, bumpy midlands. I wonder if we're going to pass over those mountains, see if there's anything special about them. Nope, just metallic highlands. So there are exactly 3 biomes to this entire moon. Alright, so we need to find a place to land. I guess those flats look nice. Let's see if I can land there. Alright, and I want to go to the west. which is this direction. Alright. Gears down. Let's land this thing. Right, and we have a suicide burn altitude here, which we can use to conserve the fuel that we are definitely needing to conserve, and we don't have way too much of. And gently down. Observe. Observe. There's no fancy flavor text, unfortunately. Log pressure data. Log temperature data. Let's take all that data just in case any of this explodes. I can't restore it because I am not a scientist. I'm a pilot. Collect data. I already have an EVA report from space just above the flats, so I just need an EVA report of space on the flats. Can I not take surface samples? Okay. Well, this was dumb of me to come all the way here. Let's see if I can fix that. Let's get you back in here just in case. And go to the Space Center. Because I do have $1.2 million. I might be able to afford the upgrade. Oh, it's the research and development. Yeah, it's only $500,000. Can collect surface samples. Awesome. Oh goodness, I thought the Serpent one debris are underwater. Okay. Alright. So there we go. They can collect surface samples now. So let's go back to Jebediah and actually collect those surface samples. Alright, make sure it's a little ways away so we don't get blasted by backlash or anything. Take surface sample. You've collected a sample. Awesome. And let's plant the flag. That's a really cool view too. I like it. Alright. Serpent 1 poisonous flats. Is this the end of the world? Interrobang? Alright, let's get a picture of Jeb standing here with the flag with Eve in the background. Oh, of course, aerodynamic surface is overlaid. There we go. So that's what F-12 does in Kerbal Space Program. Okay. Whoa. You know, if I were smart about it, I could have put one of these on top of each of these, made it a little bit bigger, and I could have hopped around to all 3 of the biomes on this moon in one mission. But I'm not smart about it, so instead I will just take what science I can and go home. Let's close those doors. I don't need them open. Alrighty, we've taken the science. We've done everything we can. Looks like if we just go straight up and to the south. Let's save this. I've got plenty of fuel. I can experiment. So I want to go to the south. But not like too much south. Still 50 degrees south. I said, oh, right. So we need to go west to cancel out that, there we go. Let's go a bit higher up. 75 degrees. So we're already on the retrograde path of Serpent. So this should put us back onto, or put us onto a Kerbin intercept. Oh. Wasted some fuel there, but that's fine. We have plenty. Alright, we do need to go south some. Not that it matters all that much. There we go. Just a little bit more. Perfect. Excellent. Awesome. Just straight up off of the surface, right to a Kerbin intercept. And with 850 meters per second left. And I still have enough solar panels. That's good. Because I just realized I dumped half of my solar panels with that stage. So it's good that this stage also has solar panels. Because I don't think I actually... Oh yeah, I did bring batteries. So there might have been enough to reach Kerbin. Or not Kerbin, Eden. But I don't have to worry about it. Oh, electric charge is suddenly dropping fast. I don't know why. Can we put these more directly towards... What happened? Why is my electric charge falling away? No me gusta. No. My hands were off center on the keyboard, is why. I don't like it. Clearly the answer is we do not have enough solar panels on this machine. Good news is we are getting some solar. Oh, there we go. It's back up to normal again. That was weird. Was it? No. Okay. I thought for a moment that Sekhmet came in between. It was a occlusion. That was weird. I have no idea why the solar panels just stopped working all of a sudden. Oh. And of course I did not fire the chute. That's good. Because I did not hear the chute firing sound. Goodbye, service stage. You served me well. Oh, world first. We performed a spacewalk in orbit of Serpent. We have entered a suborbital spaceflight above Serpent. Landed. We have walked on the surface. We have planted a flag. So many worlds first. And I'm probably nowhere near the actual, yeah. I think the Space Center is in darkness right now. Oh, it's behind us. Okay. There it is. And hey, nothing exploded. Yay. Splashing down on the sunrise. It's actually a really pretty view right there. I like the water effects. And we're here. We've taken a crew report from this, haven't we? Yeah, okay. What we haven't done from here is take a surface sample from the seas of Eden. We have done an EVA report, so that's lame. Alright, let's recover. And get loads of science! $615 science, it's not bad. And he's a level 2 pilot now. Awesome. So I just need to send Valentina up there. Let's recover those, recover that. And while I'm thinking about it, we can watch that one stage in flight. 29. This is the one. 33? 47 is the one. That's the one. Oh hey, and we're going towards Periaps. Let's see how well this stage can fly at 47 kilometers. Problem is I don't have the data for what the apoaps and periaps are. And of course, eventually it'll come down just from drag. I just wonder if it'll come down in one orbit or if it'll take multiple. And it looks like it'll just come down in one, just very obliquely. Yep, there we go. That's just taking forever to come down. I can see the heat transferring from the back to the front. But now it's cooling off, sadly. Question is it going to hit that mountain or is it going to go past it into the ocean? Or fly around it and into the ocean? That was an option I hadn't anticipated. Wow, is it actually going to pull a whole 180 here? That's 90 degrees. Oh. It pulled a 180 before flipping properly, but then crashes in at 200 meters per second and explodes. Okay, let's go to the Space Center. Alright, so you just have the one active, which is this one still. Build a new orbital station around Serpent. I will do that at some point. I don't think that point is right now. Surface outpost on Atlas, not gonna happen. Explore Eden. Dock 2 vessels on or around on Eden. Oh, and then rendezvous 2 vessels. Okay. Position and orbit in a synchronous orbit of the Atlas. See, I do want to... Okay, before I take that, let's start adding alarms. Transfer window, I want... Yeah, Helios from... Kerbin, I guess. To Atlas, yes. Let's add that alarm. That is a long ways away. Okay, I also want a transfer window from Kerbin to probably not Serpent, because that happens fairly frequently. Kerbin Atlas, Kerbin Seth would be nice. Wow. In 230 days, there will be an influx of just all of the science. Osiris. Where is Osiris? I don't think I can actually reach Osiris. Pearl, definitely. Which one is Osiris? Okay, we have Sekhmet, the Atlas, Seth, Osiris is the middle one. That's a hard one to reach. Okay. I may as well try to get there. I could at least do a flyby of Osiris. Easy. So add transfer window from Kerbin to Osiris in 47 days. And from Kerbin to Frost. It's all 200 and some days away. So this one's not gonna happen. It's gonna be 150 straight out of the gate, though. And I do like that. These are fun to do. I may as well do this one. Below 7,600 meters in these sectors, what you can do is you can just enter a polar orbit, a low polar orbit, and wait. So I'll do that one. Mark II cockpit in flight above Eden. That's fairly easy to do, but it also gives me pennies. Rescue people. Surface outpost on the Atlas. No, it's not going to happen. Observational studies of Serpent. Also do that one, because it's the same thing. Okay, let's see what science we can get. Let's finish up this row. I do want these solar panels. Definitely. Especially if I'm going to go out to Osiris soon. I don't care. That relay antenna is actually going to come in useful for the Osiris mission. Let's see what else we can do. We could start doing science in space with these. We could start actually planning a surface base somewhere with those as well. Where's the drilling equipment? Is that even farther up there? Yeah. Darn. That's a long ways out. So surface base, not exactly going to be useful right now. Unless, so they have the water container. The greenhouse, so yeah. Surface base not going to be all that useful right now, unfortunately. Don't need that just yet. Don't need any of that. Don't need that. Don't need any of those. The turbofan's a piece of junk, I'm pretty sure. I can get by with the Weasley right now. What I do want is that. That's going to be very useful. Well, actually, this is going to be the most useful. But once I get this, I can start building Eve to orbit space planes. Once I get this, I can do slingshots around the moon in a space plane. That's like way out there. And I don't think I need any of those right now. The grabber unit might come in handy at some point. Docking points might come in handy at some point. None of that's really useful. And level... I already do have some decent sized rockets. The Poodle, the hypergolic service engine. Okay. Because Osiris is the next one coming up, I want to get that. Definitely. It's the next big mission. Alright. There's the survey scanner. This is a biome scanner. So I want these two pretty soon, before the Osiris mission, certainly. If I can actually get something into orbit. Which I don't know whether I can. Okay. So, explore Eden. Dock 2 vessels, rendezvous 2 vessels. We have the ability, we have the spare room to take this. Did I get station the science stuff? No. Just the power. It's not even the big power panels. Ooh, that'll be useful too. I like those. More science, the better. Is there any other science that's coming up soon? No. That'll be useful for the Atlas, but we'll get that plenty of time to spare. Okay. So, it's an hour. We've been doing this for 2 hours. I might do another Serpent mission just to get Valentina up there to finish off these contracts. These two. Crew report and temperatures. Those are easy. And if I do it right, this could be my last manned mission to Serpent that I need to do. So let's load up the Serpent one and make some changes. In fact, the only change I'm going to do, since I only need one more, is just slap one more on. I already had way more than enough fuel, so it's not like I'm going to be hurting myself, shooting myself in the foot or anything. I do, just to be extra safe, may as well throw these on here. I still just have those science things. Alright. I'll call this the Serpent 2. And throw Valentina on there, because I want her to get experience. And I think that's going to be it. It's still very much the same rocket. It's going to be pretty much the same flight plan too. Aside from the extra bounce to somewhere else. Now that I'm thinking about it though, because I'm A, adding more weight, B, gonna enter a polar orbit and do some maneuvers, and C, wanting to land twice. So I think adding a bit of extra fuel would be prudent. Give ourselves a lot. Yeah. 3,000 versus 2,000. Yeah, I like that idea. Let's move this up so it's not getting in the way of stuff. Let's just put it here, but make it... No. Let's just put it here. No. Okay, you're going here. And the waste one going here. Perfect. I do want to move you guys down some more, though, so it doesn't hit those. In fact, I could just exchange those for the 1x6. Perfect. And just to be sure, let's pop on some extra stuff there. Nah, it's not gonna wobble, it'll be fine. Oop, accidentally clicked out. Okay, make sure Valentina's still the pilot. She is. Got all the staging right. Let's do this. And away we go. Very far off the 90 degree that I want to be. I'm also going far too steep. This is a bad mission. It's going poorly already. Alright, that's probably good enough. Prograde the rest of the way to victory! This time we didn't even have to cut this off early. And I'm going to blame it on the fact that this top stage is heavier, not the fact that I flew a very inefficient descent profile. May as well ditch it. Alrighty. All the way up to Apoapse. And burn. So we'll extend these while we're here. And circularize our orbit more than just junk. There we go. Alright. That's good enough. Can always fix it or do more later. Barely even get a parking orbit for this flight. Okay, so it's about 140. That's probably good. That. Get the most power we can out of this, out of the solar panels. Not that it matters. Not that we're having any issue with that. Plenty of time. Although after we do this, then there's not much else I can do to get science without going to other planets, because Eden only has the one moon, unfortunately. Send a spacecraft out into the sun's orbit and get some science off that. That's interesting. I'll have to look into that. It wouldn't be that hard to build a return capsule even. Nope, I should probably be watching this. There we go. Alright, I need to go north, which is this way. There we go. Oh wow, those are perfectly in a line. That is actually extremely helpful for, do I need to go north some more? Is that what's happening? 'Cause this is not a polar orbit. I do, good. Oh, not too much there. And that's probably good. 90.09. I like it. I think it's over that way. There we go. So what we're going to need to do for this, to get all of these things, is just stay in a decently high orbit where we can get some good good time warp. And then wait till one of them passes under, and then make sure that you're beneath the specified altitude for each one of the points as you pass over them. It's a lot cheaper fuel-wise to do that than to try to land at each of the places. So I'll pop that up to 30. There we go. If we had a map that showed us the points, or anything, then it'd be even easier, because the map shows ground track. But alas, 'twasn't to be. Alright. I think it'll be one more pass for us. Okay. So I need to be below 79. I don't think I'm gonna get it this time. So I need to point downward to bring this towards me. I believe that's how it works. Yeah. And I need to point eastward. Or I could point westward. Let's wait until we're actually 90 degrees with it. At this point, gosh, I don't know. I'll point eastward. Yeah, that's westward. I had it right the first time? I am very confused. Because this is west, which means we're pointing... Oh, that is west of us. Okay. Alright. But now we also are a bit too low. I don't want to crash into a mountain. Not that I've done that before or anything. Jeez, that was scary. Gosh, I hate not being able to see very much. But it looks like we're clear of mountains, so I need to do crew report. Which is you. Crew report. Okay. So now next on our list is Melcy Mark. Which might rotate into range for us. Oh, we're passing right over these things. Too bad we're not at the right altitude. Nor can we get to the right altitude. Alright, we definitely need to go east this time to grab this one. This one's also only 8,200. So we can bump ourselves up some. Whoa, not that much though. Jeez. Go down to 7,500 just to make sure that we're at 8,200 by the time we actually reach the mark. Crew report, there it is. Collecting survey data for Melcy's Mark. Awesome. Let's take the data, store. So we only have to take the data, we don't have to do anything else fancy, which is good. Alright, so I already passed those three, but those three will also come back around on this side of the planet. And I might be able to get both of these two in one go. Fortunately not. Okay, wait to about 90 degrees to do the maneuver. And we want to be pointing west this time. So 8,600. That's at 7,200, so that's probably enough. Crew report. Can I transmit? 0 science value. But it'd be better than just letting it go to waste, I guess. Alright. Next on the chopping block is KGX, or KGX0D, which might not pass into range. I could make it pass into range by doing a burn here. I think I'd rather do that than come around and have to do another burn because it's already on the other side. Let's get nice and close. That's probably good. Just want to make sure I don't crash at that periapse. That's a very crashable altitude, 5,000 meters. Come on, rotate. Keep rotating. Keep rotating. Did I underestimate? Am I going to have to do a third burn? Oh my gosh. Please tell me. I think I underestimated. Damn it. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I'm only 2,000 feet, or 2,000 meters above the ground. Damn it. You know what I'll do? I will just boost my periapse back up and wait for it to come around to the other side. Okay, 7,600 on the other side. So about there is where I need to drop my periapsis. Oh, too far. I want to go up from there. Periapsis point along, then go forward to boost it up to, say, 7,000. Of course, I don't get the top one, but I will hopefully get both of these. Their temperature readings. Stop moving. Stop moving, for flock's sake. Temperature's on the other side. Log temperature data. Log temperature data. And the check marks has been ticked. Alright. Now we're gonna have to do a burn to collect that one. Or, alternatively, wait till it's on the other side of the planet. Okay. What I want to do right here is going to be horrendously fuel inefficient, but I have the spare. Just move my periapse closer to me to catch that. Then I have to remember to, like, you know, not die. So that's at, what, 7-9? Okay, so that's probably enough there. So now if I burn up radially, I should move Periapsis back over the planet. Say to 5,000. And just to be doubly ultra super mega sure, I'm gonna plop this right over. Okay, 7,900. So I do have the altitude now, so I can move this up to something that's not ridiculous. Okay, so this is crew report. And we got the thing. Go away. 180,000. Awesome. Now, I could probably catch that. Yeah, I'll try. First off, I want to round out my orbit at 7,000. Or at least less than, there we go. Now I need to go to the west, which is this direction. Oof, that's a long burn. No me gusta. Okay. Hopefully that's good. I do want to not be going up so fast though. That's 79. My apoapse is 9,000. There we go. And temperature scan. That's another $1,400. I have a lot of money. Now I can actually do the mission. Which I guess will be to land right there on those delicious metallic flats, or metallic highlands. I'm assuming those are metallic highlands. And they appear to be. But I bet you those are also metallic highlands. And bumpy midlands right next to each other. Yeah, it doesn't matter, I have plenty of fuel. Let's do this thing. Oh wow, those are very bumpy. And like coming towards me very fast. This is unnerving. Poisonous flats? Oh, come on. Don't do that to me, game. How are these poisonous flats? That makes no sense. There's nothing poisonous or flat about them. Rarg. Gonna make me just keep flying until it says not poisonous flats. Really? 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 Impact biome poisonous flats. That's what's happening? You're gonna make me go back into orbit? Wow. Okay, so it says my impact biome is the metallic highlands. And I trust it. I also don't want to crash. Metallic highlands, good. Okay, so I might only be able to land once. Just because of that stupidness, this being poisonous flats. Or I could try to be a ninja. I might try to be a ninja. Okay. So I have 79 meters per second left in these side tanks. I have 12,000 meters per second left in this tank. Ninjaing it, I could just come land up here into bumpy midlands, balancing on this engine, and then hope I can take off again. That's a terrible idea, I know. But it'll prevent me from having to do yet a third moon trip, which I like. Pressure data, temperature data. I've already done crew report. Let's come out, let's take the data. Let's collect that data. Take the data. Take the data. Let's try to land on this. Can I access it from here? No, of course not. Okay, let's try to land even more on it. Good. Collect data. And I'm pretty sure my EV report has already been done, yeah. Alright. There's no Kerbin in sight, unfortunately. But we can still plant the flag. Okay. Serpent to metallic highlands. Do I have enough fuel? Fuel for 2. Let's take the surface sample. It's got a happy picture of our flag next to the lander. And go back. See, the problem with not having a ScanSat is I don't know where the nearest bumpy midlands are. I do know I need to get closer to the equator to go home, though. So I'm just going to go north, and when this says bumpy midlands, I'm also going to save it just in case. And there's enough fuel for that. Okay. Bumpy Midlands. Got it. Let's actually go a little ways into the Bumpy Midlands so I can have enough time to decelerate. This is a terrible idea. The good news is, if I get Valentina stuck here, she's got 21 days that I can manage a rescue. Oh, come on. That purple stuff is going to be Bumpy Midlands. I don't know. I don't know about this game. Let's take this around. Okay. I don't know if I have enough fuel to get back to Kerbin. Eve. Stay up, stay up, stay up, stay up, stay up. No! Duh, that's not good. Oh? But the tripod legs... Oh my goodness, because that's here, I'm still pointed upward. This might still work. Oh my goodness. This is insane. This is a terrible idea. Why did I do this? Why didn't I just cut my losses? Okay. Observe mystery goo. Again, good news is I have plenty of time. I could send a second ship out here to come rescue her if it came to that. I don't like that the ship is suddenly moving. Okay. Plant flag. Okay. Serpent 2. Bumpy Midlands. Okay. Enough fuel to get home. Also, bad landing. Let's hope for a brilliant takeoff as my ship is just slowly floating away. EVA report. Take surface sample. Okay, we need to get back in there. Okay, I can't quick save it because, well, I already did. Let's whip this around to 90 degrees. And hope. Okay. Now the question is, can I get home in under 274 meters per second? The answer is probably not. The answer is probably not. Okay. So I think the thing that makes the most sense to do is circularize this orbit and send a robotic mission to come pick her up. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's... What if... I might have been able to go directly south from there. Oh, I'm an idiot. Huh. Oh well, it's too late now. No going back. Okay. Yeah, there's no way I can get back home 274 meters per second from this angle. If I was at a perfectly equatorial orbit, then I would have been able to get home. I'm sure of it. But let's just cut our losses. And just keep her safe. Now just to triple check that she doesn't have the fuel to get home. What would it take to equatorialize this, now that I say that actually? Probably more than 274. Yeah. Which means I would need to do it like down here. That doesn't get me anywhere close. Okay, so we do need a second mission. So let's go to the Space Center and fly that mission. Which is basically the same ship. Actually, it wouldn't have to be nearly the same ship. That has lots of fuel. But it will have a probe core. Just to be extra sure, we'll also have one of those. That'll be $100,000 for this mission, but that's fine because I got a lot more than $100,000 out of it. So Serpent 2, rescue. Save that. We have initiated the first flyby of Helios. That is not true, but I will accept that accomplishment. I don't need any of those, but I may as well keep them because they're not going to be that much more expensive. And they provide extra oomph. What happens if I took off of this? Took these off because we don't have to land. Take those off. Just slap this directly on here. How much delta V is that? 1400. Huh. What if I do this? have you be the interstage. Okay. So that gives you 1,600 meters per second. Jeez. Okay, sure. I'll take that. I'll do that. So this will be my interstage to get to Serpent. This will be all the rendezvous and stuff. Alright, let's save that. See if there's a mission for intercepting and docking, or intercepting, rendezvousing in Serpent's orbit. Dock 2 vessels. Position. Conduct observational studies on the surface. Landed. Atlas. Equatorial of Serpent. Sure, let's just take that. Rescue Winfrey from orbit of Kerbin. Or Serpent. It's funny. I'm already doing that mission. Actually, I can do that mission too. Let's do both of these missions at the same time. Alright. I mean, usually those do these surface sample things. They're usually right close together. Yeah, so there's the Gene Wonder ones. Which makes me wonder. So it's the Gene Wonder. That's it. That's 132,000, and it's what, 50,000 to get there? So 132 plus 75 is about 200,000. 260,000 for a for a $50,000 contract. It gives me a little bit of science. I have enough money. These rescue missions will give me money too. I don't think I need to do that. But I will. Not on this mission. But the next one. Alright, since we're going to be rescuing 2 people, let's make this a 2-person cabin. That doesn't affect the flight characteristics of this all that much. It will give me extra control, but it also means I will probably need to supplement those parachutes. Which I don't mind doing. I don't need this. Serpent 2 Rescue. It gives us plenty. Alright. Make sure there are 0 crew. And launch it. That's good enough for that stage. So leave that to burn up. Extend these so we don't lose power at all ever. I like not losing power. Good. Let's circularize. All right. In fact, I bet you I could just go straight to the moon from here. Might not be the most efficient way of getting to the moon, though. But I have plenty of fuel. Oh, I should probably also extend that antenna. Antenna that I totally have and didn't forget, right? Right, guys? Right? Great. This antenna can go for 5,000 kilometers. That is not enough to reach Kerbin. However, this antenna can go for 500 kilometers? So I do have some antenna, just not the big one. Oh, I should probably make sure I'm not doing something stupid. Brilliant. We have an interception. So hopefully there are relay satellites around Serpent. And hopefully they will be able to take up the slack if my antennas can't reach. But luckily it looks like my antenna is going to reach. So that's good. Alright, so here we have 2 unlucky souls. One in Serpent 2, one in Winfrey's craft. Doesn't really matter which one I'm going to enter first because they both have, I mean, it's going to be the same amount of delta V anyway. I have 400 meters per second in this stage, so I may as well use it. Right? Okay. Problems if I use it, if I keep it and I do the burn. Let's see how much the burn would be to circularize this orbit. It'd be less than 300 at any rate. So I'll have about 150 left to do with what I will. So that's good. Okay. I don't mind that. Let's set you as the target. You are very low. So 10,000 is probably good. I'll have enough to rendezvous. Aha, we are getting relayed. I don't know why we were getting relayed, though. I like that it classifies as an airplane. Just because it has that cockpit. Okay. So descending node means I need to go normal. I'll need to burn northward. Yeah. Okay, and that's everything I need to do. What I will do, so you are at 7 kilometers. What I will do is just bump my 24. Ugh. That's fine. I'll bump my periaps up. Actually, while I'm waiting for this, I could have you, because you've got some fuel left. Oh, but you can't even enter a circular orbit. Never mind. I was gonna have Serpent 2 just rendezvous with this, but no, that's not gonna happen. What might happen just by accident, though, it looks like it's actually beneath me. So it means it's slowly catching up to me. What might happen is we get within a decent amount of range, and I can use EVA pack to move Valentina over without actually rendezvousing. That's probably enough. And of course the actual encounter is going to be on the other side of the planet. It's okay, I can do this. Perfect. Alrighty. So long as this doesn't crash into the moon. Oh. Periaps is directly over the flats, so I'm not going to crash. That's good. And it is going to be approaching from behind me. I should be able to see it, honestly. Oh, it's up in front of me. What is it? F4? Yeah, F4. Once it gets within 2.4 kilometers, we're going to get a lot of errors about electricity depleted and all that. Because poor Winfrey has no air, water, or anything. Not even in his suit. Oh. Nope. Bad. Okay. But it's okay. He can survive the EVA trip out there. Formed a rendezvous maneuver. Save Winfrey complete. He's now part of the space program, so if he dies, it's on me. That's cool looking. I'm gonna make it over these mountains, right? Alright, we are gonna get a weird, whoa. Don't hit the solar panels, please. There we go. As he pulls himself back into orbit. And I'll put you in this seat if I can. God damn it. Nope. Can I roll you? Yeah. Let's roll around so we have some ability for him to try to grab the thing. No? No ability to grab it? There we go. Board. So now he has food and water and everything that a Kerbal needs. Wow. I did that maneuver very well, actually. So now we only have 27 meters per second left. I could have just springed him across right there. Oh well. Anyway, I only have 27 meters per second left, which means I will go to this Apple Apps. Burn retrograde. Orbit retrograde, not target retrograde. Until it's gonna crash. Orient myself such that it's not gonna go up or down. These tanks aren't. There we go. They will eventually crash into Serpent. Now what I need to do is try to do this orbital maneuver alignment. So I need to burn south a significant amount. I guess what I could have done is had... Oh, stop. Could have had Valentina give herself as equatorial an orbit as possible. And by could have, I mean could still do. That makes more sense. So I want to switch to Serpent 2. Okay, I want to... No, come on. Give me the actual... There we go. Set as target. So I have 210 meters per second. I want to leave a bit for deorbiting the spacecraft. Let's do that. It's not perfect, but it will get the job done. I also need to remember to actually take all of the science out of the capsule. That's something that should definitely happen. Okay. I could probably even just EVA over there. I'll try that. Let's quick save this. Do the deorbit thing. Because it's only 100 kilometers away. Oh, but orbital mechanics will get in the way and I might waste fuel. You know what? Fortune favors the bold. Let's try this out. I have quick saved it. Let's EVA. Let's take all that data. Nope. There we go. My gosh, that is so annoying. Okay, just do orbital camera for Pete's sake. I don't think I have enough EVA fuel to do this. Not to mention that my my eagerness to intercept has left me going to intercept the moon more than anything. So let's pull off to there. Okay. Just skimming over the surface of Serpent. I feel like that should be a new EVA report. What, are you crazy? My ship is long gone, too. There's no going back to that. Alright. So now, paradoxically, I do want to slow down. I don't know how much to slow down. Currently a lot more than I have. Oh, does it work that way? Nope. Alright. So now my orbit is... Serpent's gonna crash. I just noticed that. Or the... Okay, you know what? I will just go over. The Serpent rescue is not gonna survive in orbit. I just noticed that because I forgot to actually, I forgot to stop that from happening. Alright. So there's that. I do want to put you up higher, though. Because I still like this idea of performing the... So you're what, at 20, 23. So going up to there, to 30, should provide him with plenty of time to intercept. In fact, if I time this right, I can just do that. So I know exactly when it'll intercept. And only be 8 kilometers apart. Which means we should switch over to you. And do the thing. Alright, here we go. Of course, there wasn't actually enough fuel to deorbit this from that altitude. Was it because it was on... I was pretty sure I had enough fuel to deorbit it. Am I being a stupid? I think I'm being a stupid. Let's try that again. Wow, this has been going on 3 hours. This is a lot longer than I expected. It's a problem with Kerbal Space Program. Alright. 9. Looks like that one's going to encounter first. Sure, I'll accept that. Alrighty. Let's quick save this. And switch over to this. I was sure I got this to deorbit at the last quick save. Okay, so I'm in orbit. Good. It's gonna crash. Perfect. Let's take all that data. And go up. Except I need to go north to counteract my orbital velocity, or the plane change thing. I wish I had Kerbal Engineer on this. Ah! Just stick with one orbit, or one camera frame, jeez. Probably not that camera frame. Can I do like... Okay, that works, I guess. How much fuel do I have left? Okay. At 100, I'll stop. So that'll put me within 300 meters. And make me overshoot dramatically. Alright, I can take it slow now. The hard part, if you run out of fuel here, is you have to do the maneuver. You have to maneuver the ship directly beneath your target's hands, which is more challenging than doing it the other way around. Of course, need to go to the other side. Alright, Valentina has been rescued. That ship is going to crash. Unset target. And we can go home. I like how all this was to prevent me from having to do a third moon mission. But this is a lot more fun than being boring. Alright. Let's do this. We have plenty of fuel. Look at that fuel left. Goodbye, Serpent. Alright, 25. Let's change that to be 35. Okie dokie. So now I guess the question is, can this weird dual cockpit survive re-entry? The answer is, hopefully. So let's just shunt this off to the north. Once we get down to like very close, because I want to see it explode. Don't like that the cockpit is heating up. That is not a good sign. The inline cockpit, the skin is definitely heating up. It's definitely still heating up. No bueno, no bueno. Good, it's cooling down. Whew. What is that? Is that a piece of the ship? No, that's the launch center. We just passed directly over it. Alright, it's cooling back down. Good. Alright, we're actually going up now. 35 was apparently too high of periaps, although I would not say too high because this cockpit got very close to exploding. So I think going up for a time was a good thing, because I'll warrant the heat will start rising again here as we descend. We have a lot more mass with this setup than we do with just the Mark 1 command pod. Gives us more inertia, makes it harder to slow down. Physics! Nope, still cooling down. That's fair. Man, we made it a long way. Because we passed over the command center at 30 kilometers, so we've gone a long way around the planet just at 35 kilometers. There's a blader. Good job, a blader. You're making us proud. And finally descending. It says we're going to impact in the grassy uplands. I wonder if... Oh, okay. We are going to impact in the grassy uplands. Let's hope 3 parachutes are enough. And they are. But just barely. Question is, have I taken surface samples from the grassy uplands? The answer is probably not. So Winfrey, you're going to be my surface sampler. Alright, let's do this. See how much science we got from that. So that was 2 landings worth of science. Hopefully it was a lot. 974. It's not as much as I would have hoped for. It's enough to give us the scanning tech, which I do like. Between this and this, then we can do most scans. This one is a bit more... what is the max altitude? Best altitude, 750. That's a big altitude. Because this works at 250, and the radar that we already have works at 250 as well. And this works at 250. So I don't think I can go all the way up, but I can get the scanner and this scanner, which I like, which I want. This also helps for the Atlas. Yeah, I can't even research this, even though it would give me gravioli detectors. No. I could research this, which would help me with the relay antenna. And I don't know of what else would help. The nuclear. I don't think I need any of this. So yeah, I'm gonna get the relay antenna. I mean, I already have the small one that goes out to 2 or 10, I guess. I don't know. I think I have the level 2 DSN. So 10 gigameters. That's a long ways. Ooh, but that's already having trouble. So except that's not the one that I got, the little one. I'll get it for because Osiris is a ways out there. I do need the bigger antenna. And even that might not be enough, honestly. Which is down here. Ooh, plus it gives me a bunch of purifiers and stuff. I like that. Ooh, that one's even bigger. For deep space probes. Okay, so I already have a 10 gigameter one. I don't need another 10 gigameter. Hopefully. I may as well. Just get it, just to have it. Okay. Now I could get spaceplane parts, 2-meter fairings, bigger parts, grabber units. Docking ports could come in useful, especially since I have the starts to science. Did I already have the science now? Planetary laboratory, research laboratory. I do. So docking ports would actually come in extremely handy. As well as reaction control systems, which I believe I've already gotten. Yes, I do. The cupola might be useful. But having fuel would be very useful. And I already have the service engine. So having RCS fuel would be nice for that. Excellent. Rescue people, science from the surface of Serpent. I am going to go back to Serpent, so I may as well do that. Polar orbit of Eden, definitely. Surface outpost. An orbit of Amethyst. I don't even know where Amethyst is. Alright. That's good. So we have more missions to do for next time, but I am going to leave this here. So have a good day if you're watching this. If you're not, then don't have a good day. Have a horrible day. Anyway, take care.